What do you need to know right now? That's what this pick a pile is about. So if you've never done a pick a pile, what you're going to do is you're going to pause the video and you're going to see which pile resonates most with you. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. There will be timestamps in the section down below in the description. Go ahead and you can either click on the timestamp or you can move your cursor to the time that your pile is there for. So let's go ahead and, if you haven't already, pause the video, figure out what your pile is, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on pile 1. All right, pile 1. My name's Kirsten with Watersedgetarot. Tarot. If we haven't already met, that's who I am. Comment, go ahead down below and let me know who you are and what resonated with pile 1 for you. So here we have Tiger's Eye. This stone is about courage and confidence, and it's a grounding stone as well. So this is the stone / bracelet you chose. And if you would like a private reading, please go ahead and click on the link in the description below and book yourself a private reading. We are going to get started. All right, pile 1. So this is you, not who you are as a person, but who we are in this situation. And this is Temperance. So this shows us that we are working on integrating knowledge that we know and applying it in real life. The easy example I like to give to this is with cooking. You can read a recipe as often as you want, but until you actually put the ingredients together and start, doing the recipe itself, the knowledge doesn't mean anything. And Temperance is big about that. It's having this higher knowledge and bringing it into reality, utilizing it, using it in real life situations. So right now it's showing me that you're in a place of learning how to utilize the knowledge that you have. The next 2 cards are the root of the issue. And we have the 2 of coins reversed and 4 of wands. So 2 of coins is about balance, and when it's reversed, it's saying that we're out of balance. Now let me back up here a moment and remind you that coins or pentacles is not just about our finances. It's about our time, our energy, and health. Because we spend time, we spend energy, hopefully we're not spending our health. So with that being said, something's out of balance, whether that be our time or how we're spending it, how we're spending our finances towards resources. There's something that we're doing too much of. Are we working too much? Are we having too much fun? Are we sleeping too much? We're definitely diving more to one side than the other, and we're not keeping that balance with our time and our energy as we need to. This also involves your energy too, because you have to think about the fact that if you're working too much, that's what your energy is going towards, and you're not going to have the energy to do the life home balance that we need to have. The 4 of wands here, though, is a positive card to see, because that's saying that we have a solid foundation. With us having a solid foundation, even though we're slightly out of balance, we haven't caused any foundational cracks. We haven't caused any disharmony enough where, things are falling apart. So that's good to see too, because yes, we have a solid foundation, but things might be out of balance. That just means that what's on top of that foundation is out of balance. But the foundation itself is still solid and it's not going anywhere. And this is what is holding us back. And we have the King of Coins reversed with the 7 of Swords. King of Coins reversed is about somebody who, knows how to handle their finances, their resources, who knows how to get things done, who's willing to do the work, to do the things without complaint. But this is reversed, which means that we are complaining, we are being critical, and we are just choosing to, sit back and do nothing, whether that be because we're burnt out, we're tired, or we're not feeling motivated. That doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that we're lack of energy we're putting towards the things is having a negative impact. And even if the situation is a burnout, remember that you're the one that allowed yourself to be burnt out. Sorry, tough love, I get it. Life happens, but we also choose in how we respond to life. And then we have the 7 of Swords. And this is why I'm saying it's our responsibility, and it's not one of those where life's just throwing, constant just curveballs at us. because the Seven of Swords, the deception card. And so to me, this is saying that we are trying to deceive ourselves into believing that life is happening to us and that we are a victim of whatever is going on around us instead of taking accountability for it. It's easy to blame, the fact that the deadline didn't get met because your coworker or your colleague dropped the ball, when really, did you check in on them? Did you work to see if they were doing? Is it something that you could have taken care of yourself if you had the time? Did you go to your boss about it? Did you talk to your boss? Did you utilize every resource possible, or did you just say, it's not going to get done, I'll blame my colleague? Or, we all have the holidays going on right now. So are you, saying that you are tight on funds and you don't have enough money to pay the bills because you had to get all these Christmas gifts or whatever season you celebrate right now, whatever holiday you celebrate right now? When realistically, did you have to spend so much money on those gifts? Did you have to get those gifts? Could you have found another way to bring gifts over and still had enough money to pay the bills? So I have nothing, and I understand that burnout is very real, but we are trying to deceive ourselves that we had no control about this, which is why I'm pulling the tough love here today. These are advice/grounding cards, and we have the World and the Lovers reversed. So the World is reminding that, this is a journey's completion. It's saying that this is something that we never have to do again. The journey's complete. We have come full cycle. But then we also have the Lovers reverse. Now, remember, the Lovers doesn't have to be you and a partner. It can be you and self. And I'm probably going to come back to this card because the more information I get about it, and the more I can figure out if this is you and someone else or you and a partner, or you and yourself. But I really feel like right now this is you and yourself, because when you've completed something, when we feel on top of the world and we feel great, a lot of times we forget a whole part of ourselves that we need to pay attention to. So if you're me, the thing I tend to forget when I'm working on a big project is my home life. Like literally, I will get so involved, so wrapped up, so tunnel vision into whatever the project is that I'll forget I need to do dishes, take out the trash, do laundry. Like those are the things that get neglected. And I feel like this is what this is about, is right now, yes, we did something big, we accomplished something, but there's a part of us that we also forgot to maintain. And this is what we need to do next, or the next steps card. We're getting heavy in the major arcana here, guys. So with the Magician, this is a reminder that we create our own future. And how just right is it that we're at the World and then we go straight back into the Magician? Because the truth is when you learn something, when you create something, you now have a clean slate to start over and to do things differently, to go forward, to do whatever it is you want to do with the resources and tools you have around you. The Magician is saying, I am the creator. I am the one who chooses, who makes, who, decides these things, takes responsibility, and moves forward. So that is pretty powerful right there. Our internal influences is the Fool. Oh, I didn't show you the Magician. There's the Magician. And then our internal influences, the Fool. So I don't know what it is that you completed, pile one, but we completed something. We completed something huge, because now that we're on this new journey, now that we're excited for the things that are coming to move forward, to just see what's there for us, it's a pretty happy thing to see. The Fool is all about, new beginnings, new journeys, and it is the actual natural transition from being on top of the world to being the Fool. You complete high school, you graduate as a senior and you're on top of the world, and then you have to start over as a freshman in college. And then you complete college and you're on top of the world, you're a senior in college, and then you have to start over at whatever job. Or if you didn't go to college, you still, after high school, you still have to start fresh somewhere at a job. So it's one of those things where it's just the natural cycle of saying, I've accomplished something great, now I'm going to build upon it. The next two cards I'm going to lay together are a way to our possible outcome. So we have the Queen of Wands to the Ten of Coins reversed. So the Queen of Wands is a cool card because she's all about getting things done, using her actions to lead by example. She walks her talk so much that she doesn't have to talk. She just does it, and everyone already knows what she stands for. She's a nurturer, she's a caregiver, she, makes sure everyone is taken care of, but she also takes care of herself first. And this is you, pile one. This isn't somebody else, this is you. This is you taking care of yourself and doing what needs to be done, and no one questioning what you're doing because they know that you're doing the right thing. Which is going to lead us to the 10 of Coins reversed. So the 10 of Coins is about being in a place of just happiness all around. Yes, it's financial security, but it's not so much for you as it is for everybody. So it's the abundance of friends, of family that we have, the abundance of resources that's around us. Even if you're not feeling it in the moment, if you look around you and see all the wealth that you do have, you'll realize that this temporary tight spot is not a permanent thing. And the reason why I'm calling this temporary tight spot a thing is because that's why this is reversed. Because right now there's disharmony in something that has to do with the material aspect of our life, whether that be our time, our energy, or our finances, or maybe our health, I don't know. But there is something that needs to be uprighted. There's something that we need to address in order to find the harmony again. So now that I did all the cards individually, let's pull the full story together, pile one. And pile one, I think what's going on here is that we have completed something huge. I don't think this was some just minuscule thing. I think we had a huge tower moment in the sense where we created a change so significant in our lives that we can't go back to it, which is a great place to be because everything here is saying that we're doing what we needed to be doing. We have the foundation, and yeah, things have been out of balance, but I even told you myself that when I'm working on projects, I'm also out of balance. And then we have the King of Coins and the Seven of Swords, which that's what's holding us back. And what I'm pulling out here is, yeah, we're a bit tired, we're a bit exhausted, but we still need to take responsibility for ourselves. And I honestly think what we're being asked to take responsibility for is to credit ourselves with what it is we've done. We are not giving ourselves the credit due. Instead, we're saying, oh, well, it was bound to happen. Oh, it was going to. No, congratulate yourself. Realize that you pulled something huge, that you did something so grand, and you are making these changes in your life that are so positive. And I said I was going to come back to this lovers, and I am, because I understand that this is probably someone else, or a circumstance or something. This is you choosing yourself over another situation. And that is an absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful thing to do. That doesn't make it easy. That doesn't, say that I don't have some things to work through. But you choosing yourself is the most important and the hardest thing that we can do. But you did it because the world says I did it. And now we're going to go into the Magician and we're going to show the world I am who I am. We're going to take this journey and we're just going to run with it because we know that this is where we belong. And you are walking your talk. You don't have to keep talking. People already know. You're already doing it. And the disharmony that we're feeling right now isn't necessarily disharmony of like family or relationship. I mean, it could be that there's a huge thing that it could be, but I feel like right now for you, it's just getting used to the change, getting used to the things that are around you, the resources that you have, the materials that you have, the friends and family that you have. It's just the adjustment period. And adjustment periods are very normal and natural. All right, let's get into our emotion cards here and see what a few more things we can gather. Oh, wow. Okay, so we were in a place of aggression, and aggression is, yes, it's aggression, but sometimes aggression is a good thing because it's one of those things where a mother can aggressively try to help cure a child of whatever illness they have. They'll stay up all night to get rid of the fever, to help the child just survive through the night. That is also a form of aggression. So aggression isn't necessarily petty and bad. It can be a good thing. A lot of times when I'm aggravated, I clean my house. And so aggression's causing me to do something great. It's causing me to clean my house. So this is where you are in the state of aggression is just you realizing that things need to change and working towards that change. And you received the messages. You heard those messages. And some of the messages were meant for you to move forward, and some of the messages were used to hurt you. Either way, you move forward and you've received what you needed to, and now you're going to find joy. Let's show you joy. You're going to find joy. Just look at that. I'll let you see aggression as well. And messages. So use the joy. Lean into it. Remind yourself why you did this and where you're going. This is my last oracle card for you, Pile 1. Ambush your fear with ferocious dreams. Pile 1, I feel like you did that 100%. And I think the reason you chose Tiger's Eye is because you've been using the courage of the tiger. This is something that you don't need. This is something that's already inside of you that you've already been using. You have been ambushing your fears with your ferocious dream. You have been moving forward. You have been doing it. Give yourself that credit, Pile 1. This is absolutely phenomenal, Pile 1. I am blown away by your reading. You have so many good things going to you, and this is within the new year, right around the corner. So not only do you have so many good things coming or going for you, but also this is all happening with the completion of the current year so that you can step into the next year, and that is beautiful as well. So Pile 1, just do me a favor. In the comments below, tell me what that change is. Give yourself that credit. Let it be, read or seen or heard, just so that way you know you did it. And you don't tell me for me, tell me for you. So Pile 1, just down below in the comments, let me know what you did, because I want to help celebrate this with you. And I want to continue to cheer you on as you're going through whatever this magnificent change is. All right, Pile 1, that's your reading for today. And I can't wait to see what you tell me down below. Welcome, Pile 2, to your reading. All right, your bracelet that you chose is an amethyst bracelet, and it has lotus blossoms on it. So amethyst is a stone of intuition and purification, where the lotus, falls right off my hands. The lotus is about enlightenment and rebirth. So that is what you chose, Pile 2, for your bracelet. Now let's get into your reading. All right, Pile 1, this card is you, not who you are as a person, but who you are in the situation. And here we have the 7 of Cups reversed. Now the 7 of Cups, that is a nostalgia card. I'm sorry, no, that's not. This is our choices card, because look at this cat. Here, I'll put it upright for you to see it upright. The cat has 7 cups to choose from, and this is reversed. So the cat has 7 cups to choose from. The cat is looking at each cup and deciding what it wants to eat for lunch that day, practically. And with it being reversed, it's already made the decision, which is a great thing to be. It's in a great place to be, in a place where we've already made decisions, because these decisions aren't just what are we going to eat for the day. These are decisions that really have to affect our heart center. So, are we going to go to, mom and dad's for the holidays, or are we going to see Cousin Vinny for the holidays? It's a decision where your heart's involved in both, but you've made the decision, and now you can feel the release of making that decision. The next 2 cards that we're going to pull out is the root of the issue. And here we have the Lovers reversed, and we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Sorry, I don't know why my reverse statements are coming after a pause, but they are. So with the 6 of Pentacles, remember that Pentacles is not just about our finances, it's about our time, energy, and health, because we spend time, we spend energy, hopefully we're not spending our health. So with the 6 of Pentacles, that is a card about almsgiving. It's about the universe giving us money in a way, or time or energy in a way that benefits us, But with it being reversed, we're still getting it, but maybe not in a way that we were hoping for. You know, maybe we were really feeling stressed and we had a lot going on and we just needed to get stuff done around the house. Well, you're going to go visit your friends tomorrow, and all of a sudden your friends have to cancel, and now you have free time, but it's not how you were hoping for it. And that's what the Six of Pentacles typically represents. It's you receiving something that you need, or were like the universe is providing for you, but you're receiving in a way that was, kind of not the way you wanted to have it. And then we have the Lovers reversed. My thing about the Lovers is, for me, it's always about you first, because the most important relationship and the hardest relationship to have is with yourself. So when we have the Lovers reversed, my first thought is that something within you is in disharmony. Something within you is, not appreciating or liking a part of yourself, and we need to work on that. Now, when I come back around, I might have a different interpretation of that card, but I'm giving you my first impression of this card. The next two cards are what are holding us back. All right, we got the Two of Cups and the Fool. And also, pile 2, remember, if you would like a private reading, go ahead and comment, or go ahead and click the link in the description below. So with the Two of Cups, this is about, once again, partnership and harmony. So maybe this is about someone else, not necessarily about ourselves. Two of Cups can also be about yourself as well. I'm starting to get the feeling that there's someone else involved in this reading, though. And then the Fool is all about being on a new journey, new exciting time in your life where you can't account for everything. You can't, know everything that's going to happen. You take this new journey and you go with it as it comes. And that sometimes means there's potholes that you weren't planning for, or sometimes you don't prepare as much as you should. Where Two of Cups is about our emotional happiness, being in harmony with self and, someone else. So I feel like pile 2, we are talking about maybe other people and not just ourselves in this reading. Our advice / grounding cards. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, here we are, the Nine of Cups. And we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Lots of cups going on here. So the Nine of Cups is about us getting what we wanted. It's about feeling emotionally fulfilled and satisfied with what it is that we have now, knowing that we have been working and longing for something for quite some time, and we've achieved it. An Ace of Pentacles reversed is, well, aces are always about new beginnings. That can't be avoided, whether it's upright or reversed. Pentacles is about our time, energy, and health. And so this is saying that we have received something, but we've received the new beginning in a smaller portion. It's not what we were expecting. Once again, we were wanting something different than what we have. So maybe, you received your bonus, but instead of it being $1,000, it's $700. Still a bonus, just not what we were hoping for. Maybe you were looking forward to having more time off during Christmas to have more energy. Oh, sorry, if you celebrate something else other than Christmas for the holidays, trying to be fair to everyone here. But you find yourself where you thought you were going to have more time during this holiday season, and now your energy is being taken away to do other things. Yes, you still have 1 or 2 free days, but you're hoping to have 5 free days. So it's still a new beginning and something of the earth suit and the earth element, whether that be finances, time, or energy. But it's on a smaller scale than what we were hoping for, but we still need to remember to stay grateful. So this is our next steps card. And this is the Knight of Wands. Sorry. The Knight of Wands, well, first off, knights like to move. They like to go, go, go. They do not like to be still. When we get the Knight of Wands, we have the Knight of Fire. Fire also doesn't like to be still. Fire also likes to go. And when we have fire, it's about our actions, our passions, our desires, and us wanting to get things done that mean something to us. So here, this Knight is reversed, and that's very aggravated because it can't do those things right now. It feels like it's being squandered, that things are stopping it. I liken it to, you were looking forward to, working on like baking. Okay, you're working forward to baking a bunch of cookies for your friends and family, and now your energy is being taken somewhere else, and you're not being able to do the actions that you want to. Or maybe you were really wanting to finish that blanket this holiday season, and you find yourself not being able to work on the blanket. You're just doing too many other things. It's one of those things where we feel delayed in action. We feel delayed in, what we're doing. We feel aggravated and frustrated because we can't move forward with the thing we want to move forward with, and we're just kind of stuck. Ooh, that's not right. This is right. All right, so this is our internal influences. This is what's going on inside of us. And this is the Ace of Cups. All right, that's 2 aces. It's another cup. So Ace of Cups is us dealing with new energies. It's dealing with new emotions. It's us experiencing things different for a first time. Not saying you've never, felt love or you never felt joy. You have felt these things, but you're experiencing them in a new way. You're experiencing them in a way that's different for you. So when you have the Ace of Cups in its upright position even, it's one of those things where a lot of things are good are coming our way. We're feeling happy, we're feeling joyous, we're feeling fulfilled, but it's happening through different avenues that we weren't expecting to feel. And that's okay, because if we know how everything's going to work out and how everything's always going to be, sometimes we take away the joy of what is. The next 2 cards I lay out together as a way to a possible outcome. So we have the Knight of Pentacles to the Magician reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles is also reversed. Me and my pauses there. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very different knight. So yes, the Knight of Pentacles likes to go and move, but Pentacles being earth energy, this knight understands that everything has its season. It is a firm believer that things have to move at their own pace. This knight does not like to be rushed. It understands that there's a purpose of spring, fall, summer, and winter. Not in that order. Let's start over. There's a purpose of spring, summer, fall, and winter in that order. And the knight says things have to work in their own way. We can't force it. And when it's reversed, the knight is feeling forced. The knight is feeling rushed. It's feeling hurried, and it's saying, hey, I have to let that pie bake in the oven for 2 hours. I have no choice. It's a 2-hour bake. I can't rush it. And at the same time, something's wanting you to pull the pie out of the oven at 1.5 hours, knowing it's not going to be to its fullest. It's not going to be to its best. So this is us feeling rushed to the Magician reversed. And the Magician reversed is us saying that we know we can create, we know we can do the things that we want to do, but we're going to find reasons not to. We're going to say that my tools aren't shiny enough, or they're not sharp enough, or that I don't have enough knowledge in my head in order to do this. I'm going to stick with the kitchen example of, you go to bake bread and you're like, well, I don't have the right mixer for it, or I don't have a big enough counter, or I don't have, the knowledge to understand of perfectly the science behind why yeast rises, which I don't either, and I still make bread. So the point is we're just making excuses for why we can't create. So now that I got all the cards individually, let's pull the full story together here. And I see pile 2. We have a lot going on, and a lot of it's in our heart center, because we have how many cups? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 cups and a few major arcana in here, but cups are like the overwhelming element that's in this spread, and that's water, and that's our emotions. So whatever decision we made it. And now we're feeling washy about it. We're feeling a lot of water. We're, not 100% in our heart center with this decision. That doesn't mean that we made the wrong decision. And I think that's part of where the confusion comes from, is this, you feel like if you made the right decision, pile 2, things should be easier than what they are. And that's not always the case. So what the cause of this issue, or the reason of this issue, I'm gonna have to say it, this is involving someone else. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Lovers reversed, and to me that's showing that we had to distance ourselves from a situation that we really care about, or that we feel strongly about, and that actually the Lovers reverse could be that we even distance ourselves from ourselves for another person. So we chose to neglect ourselves to be with somebody else, to be somewhere else with something that wasn't right for us. And, we did receive help, we did receive time, we did receive resources, but it happened in a way that we weren't hoping for. Maybe it's one of those things where we found out the right answer through the wrong channels. You know, you had to go through the hard knocks in order to get the information that you needed. You know, did you decide to go driving in a snowstorm only to find out that you need to be rescued? Like, let's be real about our situation and understand that we are the ones that made a decision, but it was a decision that we made for ourselves to better ourselves. Now I'm going to come to the Two of Cups and the Fool, because with the Two of Cups, I think this is us. I think this is us reconnecting with ourselves, because this is a new journey. This is a new journey of you reconnecting with yourself and allowing yourself the ability to feel that newness, to feel that excitement. And maybe this is with a new partner. I'm not trying to take away the fact that there's someone else in this reading, but even with a new partner, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true and honest with yourself. And that's what these two cards are about, is you embarking on this new journey and having harmony with yourself, because we learned a hard lesson. We learned a hard lesson, and now we're moving forward from this lesson. We have the Nine of Cups up here, which is, like I said before, it's about that fulfillment. It's about that understanding. It's about knowing on the inside, hey, I'm the one that brought about this change. With that being said, though, we're still not exactly happy with what we have. We're wanting more. We're looking for more. And we feel constantly frustrated right now because things just aren't working as we expect them to be. When the real reality is, it's not that things aren't working. We're just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff right now. So the Ace of Cups is a reminder that, you know, when you make a decision, when you make a life change, you're going to be confronted with your emotions in a new way. You're going to be confronted with your emotions in a way that says, hey, you need to pay attention to this and either work through this or understand that this is happening for us. Because we have our seasons. They can't be rushed. We have to allow things to do as they need to be. And being impatient right now is not the answer. Unfortunately, Pile 2, patience is the answer. And we have to start with what we have. We need to stop making excuses. We need to stop telling ourselves we don't know enough, or we don't have enough, or it's not enough right now. We need to do with what we have. I understand that whatever decision we made was from a very heartfelt place and it wasn't easy, but we know it was the right decision. And so now let's move forward. Let's take things as they are, lean into the confidence of who we are, find the harmony, enjoy the new journey instead of getting mad at the new journey. I feel like right now you're comparing a past you to a current you, and that's not fair to you. The truth is, whatever made you make this decision, whatever made you cause this separation, whether it be from a person, a place, or, you know, something else, it's for your good. But past you, in your mind, could handle things better. And current you is a lot sloppier, a lot more emotional. When that's fine, because that's the process. Change is sloppy. Chaos is where the magic happens. When you decide that you are going to clean your room and you're going to rearrange and do a deep clean, the first thing you do is you pull everything out. After you pull everything out, you look around your room and you say, oh shit, I have to put all this back. And right now, you're just comparing your old room to where you are now, and you just see a mess instead of realizing you have the opportunity, you have the gift to place things and put things where you want them to be and maybe purge a few things. All right, let's look at our emotions. Pile 2. Emotion. Serenity. And passion. All right, so pile 1, I don't know how much more I can talk about how you're pile 2. I don't know how much more I can talk about how, like, your reading's emotionally charged. And serenity, being what's behind you, is saying that, you know, you made the right decision for yourself. You made this very clear decision in the right mind, in the right place. And now the fire that's within you is just being blown around, and we need to find the peace. We need to take it one step at a time. Because passion itself is something that doesn't just go away. I don't care how much the traffic jam you're in is right now, metaphorically or real. The passion's not going to die in between point A and point B just because you had to take a minute. Allow yourself to trust and lean into the passion. Our last oracle card, follow through. So what this tells me, pile 2, is we really need to remember that the things that we're doing have to make a change because we make the change. Our emotions are going to be what they are. Our, circumstances are going to be what they are. But if you're going to make the change last, if you're going to make this be a lasting difference, a lasting change, continue to follow through with the process. Don't stop now. Don't just say this is aggravating, past me did better, or this is aggravating, I can't do this anymore. Don't lean into the excuses. Go towards the reason why you started this to begin with. The passion, the emotion, the serenity that you felt when you had made this decision. Pile 2, go ahead and comment below what it is that you're struggling with right now and while you're in this journey, and let me help you in the comments. Let me be a guide, an encouragement for you to help you get through whatever this difficult temporary situation is. And I'm calling it temporary because I know you're going to make it through this, pile 2. The change is going to be permanent, but your discomfort, your impatience right now is temporary. So comment below, tell me what's going on, and we'll work through it together. We'll get you past this little road bump, obstacle, pothole, whatever it is, we'll get past it. All right, pile 2, I wish you love and a happy holidays. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. So let's go ahead and start with the bracelet that you picked. And here, this is rose quartz. Rose quartz is all about self-love. It's a huge self-love stone, but it's also about having compassion, and it's about healing. So this stone is going to encourage just compassion and self-love. And while I'm getting your cards more put together here, pile 3, just want to remind you that if you want to book a private reading, go ahead and click the link in the description below. So let's start with you, not who you are as a person, just who you are in the current situation. And here we have the 5 of Swords reversed. Now, the 5 of Swords is about internal conflict. Swords is the element of air, which is about our thoughts and our cognitive function. Also about our mentality, like where we are and how we feel about ourselves, so confidence. And the 5 of Swords is all about being at conflict. It's about having that tornado that's been going on in your head. And now that you understand and you've prioritized, you've made what you need to do, you've figured things out, you find yourself in a place where you prioritize, but now we need to pick up the pieces. Now we need to actually start doing what it is that we realize is important to us. The next 2 cards I'm going to lay out are the reason why we asked the question, or the root of the issue. And this is the 2 of Cups reversed. And we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, the aces are always about new beginnings. That can't be taken away, whether it's an upright or reverse position. But the ace, when it's reversed, especially of Wands, so that passion, that new fire, that new desire, the new want to go forward and create differently, the new want to just push yourself forward, is being smothered. That flame is just smoking and not growing. So when the Ace of Wands is upright, it wants to grow, but when it's reversed, it's dark. I mean, you can even look in the picture. Upright has beautiful fire. Below it, you can tell that the flame is struggling to breathe. And the 2 of Cups being reversed, this doesn't just have to be you and somebody else. This can be you and self. Cups is about our emotions. It's about our heart center. And the 2 is about being harmonious with self. And it's important to remember that you have to first be in harmony with yourself before you can be in harmony with somebody else. So this could you being disharmonious with your own self. Are you being honest about how you're feeling to yourself? Are you being honest about what's going on? You have to give yourself the ability to say, I'm happy or I'm not happy, and I want things to change. And if you can be in harmony with yourself about this situation, then you can also use that harmony to be in harmony with your partner or whoever else the other person may be. The next 2 cards are what is holding us back. All right, we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed And we have the Knight of Swords. So the Two of Pentacles, remember that Pentacles is not just about finances. It's about time, energy, and health. And here I see that we are out of balance, that we are struggling and we're not even paying attention, to be honest. With the Two of Pentacles reversed, we are just so focused on one thing that we're forgetting all the other things that matter. And I mean, that's a common thing to happen during the holiday season. We get so distracted and sidetracked with everything that we want to do in the month of December that we kind of neglect everything else that we need to do for ourselves. Me personally, I find myself most out of balance when I'm working on a new project that I'm really excited about. I will get so involved in this project that I'll forget that I need to do dishes and that I need to do laundry and I need to keep a house clean. Like, it's understandable, but we need to pay attention. And then we have the Knight of Swords behind us. Knights like to move. They don't like to be still. And air is a very quick suit as well. And air is one of those things where we just kind of have to go, go, go. With that being said, the Knight is something that wants to transition into a better headspace, wants to communicate clearly, and wants to hear things that, are true. When we have swords, it's about communication, and it's about wanting to communicate and express what it is we need to talk about. Maybe there's, issues that have been on the table for a little bit that we've just put on the back burner that we really need to bring forward and talk about. Maybe it's communication about something that has to do with, the upcoming year. I know a lot of us are making plans for the new 2024 year, and we need to actually communicate that instead of just assuming. Assuming gets us nowhere, and communication is what gets us places. The next two cards are going to be our advice and grounding cards. All right. So here we have the Fool reversed, and we have the World also reversed. All right, pile 3. That one's got me for a smart little loop, not gonna lie, because having those two things as our advice/grounding cards in the reverse position at that, cards are challenging me today. So with the Fool being reversed, a lot of times that has to do with us being in a space where we're doing something new, we're doing something different, but we underprepared. We underprepared so badly that we kind of need to take a stop and look around and just inventory of where we're at right now. Did we dress warm enough for the season? Did we get enough, resources to get us through these next couple weeks? Do we need to take a slight detour to just, up what we have? And then we have the World reversed. Okay, I'm kind of getting it here, which is saying that this isn't the first time that we've done this. This is a lesson we've already learned and we just chose to ignore. So this isn't the first time you've been on a new journey. This isn't even the first time where you didn't do enough research into the journey that you were doing. You just decided to go, and yes, while the Fool being reversed is the new path that you're on, the fact that the Fool is reversed and you're so underprepared, it's not the first time we've had to learn this lesson. This is our next steps card. And this is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior who has forgotten that they have overcome many things, that their perseverance is what has gotten them to this point. The Nine of Wands for me is a reminder that, you know what, you have fought this battle so many times. It's important to look around you and see what can you have to be able to strategize better. So in my example, the Nine of Wands, he looks around and he goes, oh, there's a bunch of debris around me. Maybe I can use that to make myself a small fort. Makes himself a small fort and then goes, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap. I have a little bit of shelter. I feel safe. Takes a nap. Wakes up from a nap and says, I'm hungry. I'm going to go out and I'm going to gather a few, berries to get something in my stomach, and just keeps building and building. And the more that the Nine of Wands looks around and sees what they have and how they can strategize and utilize what they have to make things better, the less work they're doing on themselves. Because Wands is all about action. It's about passion. And it's one of those things where, yes, sometimes we really have to fight for something that we really want to get to, but also use strategy. Be strategic. Don't just allow yourself to sit there and say, I have to do this again. All right, this is our internal influences. This is the Hermit. The Hermit is a reminder that the answers are already inside of us. The Hermit's a reminder that we really should be going internal and going inside of ourselves to look for the answers instead of external. We need to remember that everything that we need, we already have. With that being said, I'm talking about knowledge. I'm talking about wisdom. I'm talking about how we're going to strategize, how we're going to game plan. You know, the answers that you're looking for someone else to tell you, you've already done. You already know it's there. We just need to take time to sit down and be with ourselves. Whether that be journaling, whether that be meditating, whether that taking a walk by yourself, you need to take the time to just gather your thoughts, be still, and listen to yourself. Next two cards I'm going to lay out as a way to a possible outcome. And we have the Page of Pentacles, which then leads us to the Moon reversed. Page of Pentacles is about us being in a new energy space. A lot of times I like to liken the Page of Pentacles to someone who's new to a job. You might have knowledge already going into this job, but you still need to learn the people, you still need to learn how they do things, you need to learn the area. So the page is somebody who is new in their surroundings, new in a situation. And when you're new in a situation, you're new to your surroundings, you allow yourself to take in what is happening. You observe, you learn, and you learn to apply and adapt. Which then leads us to the Moon reversed. And the Moon reversed, the one card to have reversed as a major arcana is the Moon, because that shows clarity, that shows understanding, that shows calm, connection. It shows the ability to actually receive the answers that are coming to you. But what's important for the Moon reversed is that you be still when you're receiving this. If you are all over the place, we're not going to get the messages we need to get. Now that we did all the cards individually, let's pull your full story together, pile 3. So here we start with the Five of Swords, and I see that we're already at conflict with a lot of things going on, but we made a decision and we decided to prioritize and work with what we have. Two of Cups, I'm sorry, pile 3, but this is you. This is you being disharmonious with yourself, and this is you not being honest with yourself. There is something that you wanted to start. There is something you wanted to do, but you allowed yourself to be swayed by outward influences, and you decided that for whatever reason you're going to make yourself small and you're going to smother it. With that being said, what's holding us back is our lack of communication. If we just were honest with ourselves about what it is we want and we communicated clearly why we're doing the things that we would do, I feel like things would go a lot smoother because we've done this before. This isn't our first time. I'm sorry, but the World reversed shows me that this is a lesson that you just need to complete by doing it this time. Take this journey, take this cycle, go with it and see where it goes, but be honest with yourself, balance yourself, so that way you can strategize and move forward succinctly. We have the answers that we need. We know what we're doing. This isn't our first time. We just need to think about what we're doing. We need to use our mind. We need to communicate clearly. We need to use smart action. And we need to remember that the answers are inside ourselves. We don't need to get confirmation from other people in order to do what we want to do. You want to do it, do it. Don't wait for others to encourage you. Don't wait for others to say, that's a great idea, go for it, awesome, I'm going to, pump you up the whole way, because guess what? They're not. They're not going to. You have to be the one to really get yourself to do what you need to do. And I understand that you're feeling tired, pile 3. I do. But at the same time, if you just look around you, still your mind, like you have so many cards saying we need to just still our mind, go within and find peace, it would be a lot easier. So observe, look where it's around you. See what resources you have, see what time you have, and utilize it in a new way. Do you maybe need to give up playing some video games or your reading time or your crocheting time or whatever it is that you like to do for a fun distraction extracurricular? Maybe get off Netflix for a little bit, maybe get off YouTube for a little bit, and use that time for you so that way you can get the clarity and the understanding that you're hoping for so badly. You need to be the one to make the time. You've been here. You've done this. You can succeed this time and still be on this new journey. I believe in you, pile 3. We can do this. Let's look at our emotion cards. Intuition, forgiveness, and journey. Pile 3, I want to remind you that your bracelet was a pink, or was a rose quartz. And that this card is about self-love and compassion. And the card that I pull for you right now is that you're in a place of intuition, but what's holding us back is forgiveness. Forgiveness of self is the most important part of this journey. Forgiveness of self is also the hardest thing to do. Sometimes it's hard to forgive yourself, and then you also have to forgive others. Forgive does not mean forget. Forgive does not mean keep accountable. Forgive just means that you understand that whatever happened to you came from a very wounded place. You need to allow yourself to drop that energy so we can move forward and we can go on the journey. There is something you are after, pile 3, and you can obtain it. But we need to remember the lessons that we learned and move forward with what we know, because this is a journey, and it's going to be a beautiful one if you allow yourself to embrace it. The sacred flow of yes. I just talked about flow. I just talked about journey. Sacred flow of yes isn't just being a yes person. That's not what that card's about. The sacred flow of yes is about saying yes to yourself. It's about giving yourself permission. It's about when life gives you an opportunity, you say yes, you take it, despite whatever doubts you might have. If you are wanting to share your gift with the world and you have the ability to go to a craft show, if you have an ability to be part of a vendor fair, give yourself permission to say yes and do it. Don't just say, I'm not ready. Don't say, I can't. Give yourself permission to put yourself first, to do what it is that you're trying to do. Go inward and trust yourself and say yes when life provides you opportunities that are going to help you on this journey. All right, pile 3. That was a lot of tough love right there. I want you to please comment below and tell me what it is that you have been able to give yourself permission for because of this reading. What is it that what answers have you found because you went inward and gave yourself stillness? And if you're a little unsure, pile 3, go ahead and still comment on what you're unsure about. I know there's a lot of confusion, a lot of conflict with you right now. Maybe, just getting it out and getting the words out in the comments, I can assist you and, helping you find your own answers. Because the answers are within you. Sometimes we just need someone to give us a little nudge. Let me be that person to give you a nudge, pile 3. I wish you a happy holidays, pile 3, and a blessed journey.